Hi everyone, welcome back to Let's Talk Talent, your go-to podcast for all things talent development. I'm your host, Rina Puang Kumutok, a writer, educator, and talent development professional, aka your cool millennial manager. Today we're speaking to someone who really helped me on my career journey, particularly back in 2022 when I was deciding where to go next after leaving my job at the United Nations. Attorney Dexter Diwas is the founder and executive director for Bright Hope Room for Growth Inc., which focuses on early childhood education, learning and development, and prison ministry. He's also worked professionally for the United Nations Office on Drugs and Crime, the Public Attorney's Office, and is a mentor for Go Negosyo. Good afternoon, Sir Dexter, and welcome to the podcast.
Good afternoon, Wina. Nice seeing you again.
So, of course, we know each other well and we've been colleagues. We talk about career a lot. So, I think the first thing I want to do is syempre makachami-chami din natin yung listeners. And I'd like to ask if you can tell us a bit about your career journey and your talent philosophy.
Yeah, thank you for asking that question again. And palagi natin to na pag-uusapan, Wina. So, you know naman no, na I'm a huge fan of believing that everyone has something to offer. No? So, I believe that each one is unique, na lahat tayo talented. And it's just funny no, na I started embracing this philosophy when I was working as a defense lawyer, no, as a public attorney. Most of my clients before, because I was assigned in a drugs court, so most of my clients before are persons who use drugs, mga ganyan. So, ang frustration ko talaga noon, pabalik-balik sila sa kulungan. Alam mo yung mapapalabas mo sila, babalik sila. So, sabi ko, there's something wrong here, no? Na parang may mali dito. So, that's when I started researching how can I help these clients kaya to not go back to jail again, and that pushed me actually to discover yung sinasabi nilang Gallup-Certified strengths coaching. So that's when it started really. So mas napatibay pa yung paniniwala ko that everyone is talented. Ayun, and everyone is unique. So that's my talent philosophy, as simple as that.
I love it. And you mentioned na so mostly na-apply mo din siya to your clients na, helping them to believe in themselves, to parang see na may alternatives outside of, mga behaviors kung bakit sila nababalik sa kulungan. What about in your own career journey? Like when you moved, kunwari, job designations or decided to create your own venture, were you able to apply it then to yourself?
Yeah, of course. Ito rin yung nakatulong sa akin to really ask myself, saan nga ba ako? No, actually after that, no, 5 months after discovering my talents, no, when I took the training, the certification as a Gallup certified strengths coach, I took an assessment. Actually, I think we're going to talk about that later, no. It's called Clifton Strengths Finder Assessment. So I was able to discover my top 5 talents, no, based on the strengths assessment. And after 5 months, no, of discovering that was my last straw. Sabi ko, I think I need to move to learning and development. Ayun na. Kasi talagang mahal na mahal ko yung training. In fact, when I was still working as a lawyer, talagang tinitrain ko yung mga persons deprived of liberty. So that helped me, no, when I discovered na one of my talents is significance. Sabi ko, I think I need to use this. People with significance talent, they make sure na lahat ng ginagawa nila is of impact. Minimeasure nila na bago nila gawin ang isang bagay na ito, ano bang magiging impact nito sa audience ko? Impact nito sa mga clients ko? Or impact nito sa mga tinutulungan kong tao? Katulad nitong podcast mo, Wina, when you told me about it, like the first question to myself is, how will this contribute to my audience also? What kind of impact will I contribute to Wina's listeners and to my listeners as well? So it really helped a lot, align my talents to the career path that I really wanted to follow.
Love it! And thank you naman at nahanapan mo ng significance tong podcast.
Oo naman.
And siguro with that, Sir Dex, yan na, tatanungin ko na sa'yo. For our listeners na hindi familiar with yung Gallup strengths na and Clifton strengths na theory, can you tell us more about it? And also, paano siya naiiba with other assessments na baka narinig nila before? Kasi I'm sure may iba na pinag-take ng MBTI, pinag-take ng DISC, yung mga ganon. So, yun, if you can tell us more about it.
Sige. Let's just set things straight din, no? Yung as a Gallup certified strengths coach, I also wanted to reiterate that we are not employed by Gallup, no? We are just certified that we went through the training as a coach and we can do our own business after that. While at the same time, of course, upholding yung standards nung Gallup. So Gallup, by the way, is an analytics firm. So they deliver analytics and advice para matulungan yung mga leaders and organizations to solve yung mga pressing problems nila. So if you're like a manager, for example, looking for materials that you could use to parang evidence based tayo, no, that you could use to back up your strategy, you can just search a lot of Gallup researches that will help you improve the way you deal with your subordinates, mga ganyan. And Wina's asking about yung Gallup Clifton Strengths Finder assessment, no? It's an assessment that will actually help us discover yung talents natin. There are like 34 talents, no? Grouped into 34 themes na sinasabi nila. And one of the things that I use for my clients is yung top 5. So pinapatake ko sila ng assessment and it will reveal their top 5 talents, and this is what I help them, this is what helps them, discover kung ano yung mga pwede nilang gamitin to improve their relationship sa trabaho, sa work, mga ganyan. So, paano ito naiiba sa ibang mga assessments na tinitake ng mga organizations ngayon? As you've said, we have MBTI, we have DISC. Yung MBTI, no? This is para makita yung cognitive preference ng isang tao, no? Yung Clifton Strengths Finder naman, it's a developmental tool. So this is one thing that I would also like to reiterate. Sabi nila, let's not use this assessment as a hiring tool. Kasi ang daming nagsasabi na, okay, I think I should ask this applicant to take, the Gallup Clifton Strengths Finder assessment para malaman kung fit siya sa job, no? And they told us during the training, no? And most of the coaches will really advocate for this. Let's not use this, no? Let's not use this as a hiring tool. Kasi pag na-discover mo yung top 5 talents mo using the Clifton Strengths Finder assessment, your objective there now is to ask yourself, how can I use these talents to become productive sa kung saan ka ngayon, where you're currently at, no? Some people kasi would use this na parang, ito yung top 5 talents ko, hindi ako fit dito, magre-resign na ako bukas. Sana hindi ganon. Sana hindi ganon. Pero sana gamitin natin in a way na, ito yung top 5 talents ko. Wait lang, I know I'm frustrated at work right now, but how can I possibly use my top 5 talents to survive where I'm at right now or to become more productive kung saan ako ngayon? And kung ginawa mo naman lahat at hindi pa rin nag-work, for example, I think that's when we think na, okay, parang kailangan ko na atang lumipat sa ibang career path, no? Yun yung kaibahan ng MBTI tsaka ng Gallup ng Strengths Finder assessment. Yung DISC naman, Wina, this focuses on individual preferences when communicating and collaborating with others. So, itong mga, for me, I'm not just pushing for Clifton Strengths, for example, pero I think meron kalalagyan itong mga assessment na ito. But what I like about Clifton Strengths Finder is it is strengths based. 'Di ba? It's like positive psychology actually, no? So it moves us, ito ang nagustuhan ko dito, it moves us from having that deficit mindset to having a strengths-based mindset. Yung deficit mindset is, if I look at you, Wina, for example, or I look at our friends, no? Ang palaging niisipin, ay naku, ano kayang kailangang i-improve kay Wina? Instead of, what can Wina bring to the table? Yun yung beauty na nakita ko sa Clifton Strengths Finder Assessment. Ayan.
Gets, Sir Dex. And I think isa din yung mindset na medyo nag-shift na ngayon. Dati kasi, di ba, kunwari, learning and development, training, yung pinaka-basis niya lagi dati is may problema. Like, hindi nagpa-perform yung empleyado, so ipapatraining. Hindi magaling yung empleyado sa ganito, so dito mo siya ipapadala. Pero with yung parang strengths na point of view, it's, oo, philosophy, it's more like, dito siya magaling, so bigyan pa natin siya ng tools para gumaling sa area na 'to. And gusto ko din yung sinabi mo na, yun, hindi siya ginagamit dapat to put people in boxes, 'di ba? The point is not na parang, eto yung result mo, so disqualified ka na. Or eto yung result mo, eto ka na. So, yun, I think baka common misconception yun when it comes to these types of mga frameworks.
That's true, Win. Wina, I would like to add, no yung sinabi mo na pinuput yung mga individuals in a box. I had this workshop one time, and dito ako natakot, no? Kaya in doing my workshops, talagang careful din ako. I had this workshop na right after the workshop, the leader said, okay, now na nalaman ko na yung mga talents ng mga tao ko, ikaw dito ka na, ikaw dito ka na, ikaw dito ko na ipupunta. So I was like, oh no, wait lang po. Medyo baka hindi po ata naintindihan yung explanation ko. So I would like to explain over again, no? That we don't use this to put people in the box, but we use this to understand why a certain person reacts this way, why a certain person behaves this way, why a certain person, is energized in a particular activity, but not really to put them in boxes, no? Kasi ito, kahit na ano yung top 5 talents mo, you can do anything talaga, no? Hahanapin mo lang kung saan mo gagamitin itong mga talents na ito to become more productive kung nasaan ka man.
Right. And pag ganun, Sir Dex, paano nyo ina-address? Kunwari nagka-misconception na ganun with yung participant or kahit siguro colleagues or whoever na nag-take, paano mo sinasabi sa kanila na parang just straight out, say it lang, na, oh, like, sorry, pero medyo may misunderstanding, or would you let them figure it out for themselves? Parang ano yung best approach doon?
Yeah, nakakatakot yung letting them figure it out, by themselves kasi parang baka hindi ko ma-hit yung objective rin, no? But what I usually do is, of course, I say it gently, no? Na pag natapos na yung leader, para hindi naman mapahiya rin yung leader, for example, kasi I'm sure that person is coming from a good place, di ba? No? Para hindi rin naman mapahiya, I butt in gently. After nung sinabi niya, for example, I say na, okay guys, just a clarification lang, no? Clarification, these talents, no? We don't use them to put people in boxes, mga ganyan, to naikahon sila. But I explain, the way I explained kanina, no? Na this can be used anywhere actually. Tapos I go back to the principle na it's not a hiring tool, mga ganyan. And in that way, parang naiintindihan naman nila. It's beautiful kasi sometimes, dahil ayaw mo lang mapahiya yung tao, minsan tatahimik ka na lang, di ba? Pero mas iniisip ko na, sige, wait lang. I think kahit na medyo baka hindi maganda yung pagtanggap minsan, no? Pero mas magandang sabihin na, no? Kaysa naman magkamali na they go back to their organization na instead na nakatulong ka, no? Mas nahirapan pa yung mga tao dahil sa workshop mo. And I've had that experience also, no, na this is one thing that we need to really emphasize. And let's not weaponize our talents. Most of those who, when we say weaponize, ito yung sinasabing, ito yung talent ko so hindi ko pwedeng gawin yan. So ito yung na-discover ko na top 5 talents so I don't think I'm fit there. I won't be performing pag nilagay mo ako diyan, no? So ikaw na dapat ang gumawa niyan kasi yan ang top 5 talents mo. Ayan. So I emphasize na let's not weaponize our talents. Meron yung isang leader na bumalik sa akin na ganun na nga yung ginagawa nung mga subordinates niya. So I had to step in through coaching. Doon na pumapasok din yung coaching, individual conversations. Yun yung importance na after the workshop, no, using this tool, it's important to go through individual coaching. Kung hindi man tayo kung wala man sa budget, for example, or hindi man tayo makapag-hire ng coach to do that, the leader, the manager, should at least understand this and have continuous conversation, no, about their talents para guided pa rin siya.
Right, right. Oh, ang ganda nun. Ang ganda nung parang collaboration din with coaching na hindi siya natatapos na parang, okay, alam ko na yung alam ko na yung strengths ko, goodbye. So it's really tied into continuous learning pa rin and lifelong learning. So ito na, Sir Dex. Yung next question ko for you, what are your top 5 strengths? And how did it manifest in your own experience?
Okay. So, based from the results, no, ang lumabas sa akin, I took this 2019 actually. So, ilang years na? Mga 5 years na. My top 5 talents are responsibility, maximizer, belief, significance, and futuristic. So, most of the things that I'm doing now are connected to all of these talents, pero usually yung significance, no? Wanting to make a big impact, no, talagang individuals with this kind of talent, they choose their projects really, and ask questions like how will this contribute to their audience. So I'm currently running a non-profit right now, no, it's called the Bright Hope, and I've been talking to you about this, Wina. Thank you for listening, no, sa mga sa mga kwento about Bright Hope. We initially started having a preschool. This is like a decade ago. But then sabi ko, ano ba talaga ang impact nito? No? Ano ba talaga ang impact nitong preschool na to? So then the preschool started to not only become a preschool, but is now packaged as a crime prevention intervention. As in, nahanapan ko siya ng ano bang ibig sabihin nito, no? Like, there are a lot of researches showing that if a child attends a quality preschool, when we say quality, ito yung mga teachers, they were really trained, no? Maganda yung approach, less likely that they will become engaged in criminal activities in the future. So, as a person with significant talent, I crave for a deeper meaning sa kung ano man yung ginagawa ko. And that's the what we call significance talent. Ayun. So, yun yung isa it's my number 4, pero it's isa sa pinaka evident sa akin.
I love it. Ang galing mo doon, Sir Dex.
Di ba? Very United Nations.
Very mapaproud ang UNODC. pero, pero, gets. And, kasi for me, I took
Mhm.
it nung before ako umalis ng UNODC. And diba you coached me then for
Mhm.
that
Yeah.
day. So, yeah, I think it really helps then to somehow guide and make more informed
Yeah.
decisions or parang yeah, mas intentional na decisions. I think something I wanna ask on behalf of our audience, kasi naisip ko lang, baka it's something they'd want to know, is it crucial to take yung all
Mhm.
34? Or parang to get all 34? Or enough ba na mag-start sila with their top 5?
Okay. Ayan. So, maganda tinanong mo yan, Wina, no? Ano ba yung tanong ni Wina about 34 and 5? Okay. There are two options kasi if you want to take the Clifton Strengths Finder assessment. One option is to take the top 5, no? And another option is to take the full 34. Anong difference nito? Price. Okay? So, mas mura yung top 5, okay? Mas mahal yung top 34, malamang, 'di ba? Kasi mas marami. Just kidding. Okay. So, ano yung what's the difference? Okay? Walang diferensya dito. It's just the cost, no? Except that pag tinake mo yung top 5, ang mari-reveal lang talaga sa is your top 5 talents. I-define lang sa yung top 5 talents mo and how you're going to leverage these talents to become productive in what you do. Anong hindi mo nakukuha if you don't take the top 34? Hindi mo lang nakukuha yung definition ng top 6 up to top 34, no? But you have the option to unlock that. Okay? You have the option to unlock that. yung unlock, when I say unlock, to unlock the top 34. You don't have to retake the test again. You just have to click something dun sa website ng Gallup, and it will, generate your top 34 results. But it comes with an additional cost. So yun yung difference niya. And what I saw naman, no, if you're starting to discover this, ang ginagamit ko usually sa workshops ko is yung top 5, no, just because of organizational budget, mga ganyan, and it works. What's important is yung awareness, di ba? Kesa naman zero awareness, mas magandang may top 5 awareness na tayo, di ba? And nakita mo yan, Wina, di ba? Very powerful. And I think you unlock your top 34, right? And yeah, and we work together then, with people who just unlock their top 5. And the basically the results are the same in terms of gaining awareness. Pero meron yung mga iba nagda-dive in talaga sila sa top 34. They become so interested, 'di ba? And curious, and eventually right after the workshop ina-unlock na nila yung top 34 nila.
Super, Sir Dex. On my, kasi I can't resist. Kasi, yung isang strength ko, activator. Kaya inactivate ko na. Inactivate ko na yung 34 agad.
Nag-top
Okay,
5 ka ba
pero good to
muna,
know
Wina?
that.
Did you take the top 5 first before you unlock the 34?
No, kasi nakita ko na parang, yun, parang you can, ganyan-ganyan, then you can just unlock later.
Ah,
Allergic nga ako sa later, di ba? Ayoko masyado yun. So, parang sabi ko, ayoko na mag-antay. Unlock ko na. So, inunlock ko talaga agad.
sobrang malaking tulong na yon. I was talking to one of the leaders of Baguio City yesterday, no, because I was asking him, when are we going to schedule yung for his team naman, yung strengths awareness for his team. He took it sometime 2019 then, when I was still starting to do the workshops, and top 5 lang yung tinake niya. But you know what? He's done great, impact sa city, just because he took his top 5. Ito yung sinabi niya sa akin. Naku, Dex, buti na lang tinake ko yung workshop na yun, because now I understand myself. I'm an activator. Parang ikaw, na sabi niya, I'm an activator. Now I understand na, alam mo yun, ako yung tipo ng taong start ng project. Ang problema ko, how will I sustain this? But now that I became aware na kapag na-activate ko na yung isang project, nawawalan na ako ng interest ulit. Now that I'm aware of that fact, I intentionally tell myself, hey, nawawalan ka na naman ng interest, that's just your activator going down. Okay? So, just do what you need to do. Okay? Because kung hindi mo ginawa yan, maapektuhan yung trabaho mo, something like that. So, it's the awareness, really. It's the awareness that's important there. So, imagine, top 5 lang yun, pero ang ganda ng ginagawa niya sa city, sa Baguio City.
I love it. And siguro Sir Dex, this one naman, my next question is more about yung iba-ibang setting. So I think nabanggit mo naman kanina na parang you're able to use it in your previous work for yourself, ganyan. Have you seen yung impact naman niya on organizational change? Like for example, yung sa Baguio City Leader kasi it's more of yung ano yung ginagawa niya. Pero kunwari, yung team, like buong team, nag-take sila and everything, has it improved yung teamwork or mga, things like that? So more from the organizational side naman.
Mm-mm. Yeah, there's this one unit, no, that I conducted this with, and right after that, I think mas naging positive yung vibe. Kasi before the workshop, it's more of judging, your colleagues na, naku, hindi na naman niya na-meet yung deadline. Naku, hindi na naman niya ginawa ito. It's more of that, no? But after the workshop, after understanding each one's uniqueness, each one's, drive, kumbaga, nakita ko, alam mo yun, yung unti-unting nagliliwanag yung mukha, as in literally, because we make it fun, no? Na parang, okay, now I realize that this person beside me is coming from a good heart din naman, no? It's not coming from all negative na ano. It's just because of his talents, no? And this is one thing that I would like to emphasize sa ating mga listeners. Itong mga talents natin, they can become our weaknesses or our strengths. If we do not use them properly, we call them weaknesses. If we misuse them and it affects the people around us, they become our weaknesses. But if we use them properly, no, and it affects the people around us in a positive way, that's when it becomes strengths, no? So yun yung nakita ko sa mga organizations, no? Most of the organizations na ginagawan ko nito, yung mga small units muna, no? And then they introduce it to the bigger unit, and dun ko nakita na parang okay, because they introduce it to the bigger units, bigger departments, it's working for them. And most of their comments is, improving their relationships. For example, meeting deadlines. Itong pinaka-importante. One of the talents is called deliberative. Itong mga taong ito, no, they sometimes are mistaken to be slow kung yun lang ang titignan mo, no, but not really, no. If we look at people with talent na deliberative, they really think things through. Bago sila mag-decide, iniisip muna nila. So for example, if the leader asks, okay, can you submit this document, and or can you comment on this document, a deliberative person will really take his time. Isuscrutinize niya lahat yan. And if you don't give that person a deadline, it will take weeks for that person to be analyzing that document. The beauty here now is leaders now will understand na, kapag deliberative yung talent ng subordinate ko, bibigyan ko na ngayon yan ng deadline. Okay, can you look at this document and can I get it this afternoon? O at least yung taong deliberative, hindi na mag-overthink yan. Kasi natural sa kanila yun. No, pag binigyan mo ng isang buwan, ay gagamitin talaga nila yung isang buwan para mag-isip. Ayun, so it improved relationships and understanding each one's differences. As in, magliliwanag yung mukha, literally.
Gets, oo. Nakita ko din yung look na yun. Feeling ko kasi, parang they feel seen din, 'di ba? They feel seen, they feel understood or validated na parang, "Yeah, that's me," or parang kaya pala din ako gano'n. Kasi sometimes then our colleagues also don't know bakit ba sila gano'n. I mean, hindi naman consciously na parang kunwari yung deliberative, gusto nilang pag-antayin ka, hindi naman, 'di ba? But it's just really how they work. Um, Another thing I wanna ask Sir Dex is any challenges? I mean, nadaanan na natin kanina na, yeah, baka putting people in boxes, gano'n. Pero 'pag nandun na sa workshop, are there any challenges in building yung actual na strengths mindset? Yung maybe with the individuals, organizations, parang do you ever get pushback? Alam mo naman sa learning and development, yung number one natin laging challenge is the buy-in. So, yeah.
I was supposed to say that when you first ask about when you use the word challenges. Ano bang challenges usually? Before the workshop even, yung buy-in talaga, no? This because this comes with a cost, no? And when you present this to the higher ups, mag-iisip talaga yung mga yan. This is something that we really really need. And some organizations are not yet ready to invest in this kind of training, no? But apart from yung buy-in, no? Another one is making leaders believe that this is not a tool to put people in a box. A lot of leaders have that philosophy na pag may mga assessment na ganyan, no, it will just make us, define a person, at yung person na yun na lang yung gusto niyang gawin, for example, no? But we have to make them believe that, awareness will actually give them wings to do more, to fly, 'di ba? Yung self-awareness. Ayan. So, convincing leaders. Another one, of course, yung number 3 is yung resistance to change talaga in terms of moving from deficit mindset to a strengths-based mindset. Ito ang challenge na ito eh. If you ask, even during the workshop, yung what they're good at, it takes time talaga for people to be writing down what they're really good at. So I have to help them believe na meron. There are a lot of things that you are good at, no? And we don't usually have that luxury of time to sit down, Wina, di ba? To be really thinking about ourselves even. Lalo na mga Filipinos tayo, no? Most of the Filipinos are like, anong pwede kong gawin sa kapatid ko, sa magulang ko, mga ganun. So we always think about the people around us, but we don't have that luxury of time to sit down and think, Dexter, Wina, saan ka nga ba magaling? And sometimes yun yung challenge, helping people appreciate who they are. Helping people understand na, hey Dex, you can also appreciate you. Diba? You can also appreciate what you have. Yun. So I think those are my top three. Those are the top three challenges every time I introduce this. It starts with the higher ups to convincing the leaders to the participants themselves. No? Pero it's very encouraging for me, Wina, every time I go through this workshop and I see that I help people unlock, their strengths, for them to understand na ay meron pala akong contribution sa table, sa organization. It keeps me going, and that's my favorite part sa ginagawa natin ito.
Thank you, Sir Dex. Yeah, grabe. Grabe, super laki talaga nung impact. And I think, yeah, kumbaga walang lugi sa strengths for me. Wala. Like, wala. Lahat, win-win-win on all sides. And siguro that brings me sadly to our second to the last question, which is before we go, if you have any upcoming initiatives that you want to talk about, maybe something going on then with Bright Hope, and of course. The final question is, saan ka nila mahahanap online to reach out for coaching, mentoring, etc.?
And so you can reach me through my Facebook account. Of course, I have my personal Facebook account. Doon ko lahat pinopost rin yung mga workshops natin. It's Dex Diwas. Or you can reach out through our Facebook page, official Facebook page ng Bright Hope, or our website, brighthopeinc.com. No, makikita nyo doon kung ano yung ginagawa ng Bright Hope regarding strengths awareness and development workshops. We do this regularly, and I'm organizing one this May. No, I will be posting more details in our website, brighthopeinc.com. And as an organization, no, sa Bright Hope, no, we continuously do a lot of outreaches sa jail, helping persons deprived of liberty discover their talents before they even get out. This gives them hope, actually, para paglabas nila sa kulungan, no, meron silang hawak-hawak na hope na okay, meron pala akong kontribusyon sa komunidad.
Join us again next week as we speak to Mr. Paulo Abellanosa, a writer, futurist, and the former director of corporate communications at Santos Knight Frank. We'll be talking about the possible futures for talent and how looking forward can help us make more intentional career choices. You can tell us what you thought about today's episode via the Q&A tab on Spotify or the comments section on YouTube. Again, this has been your host, Wina Puangco Mutuk. You can find me on Instagram and TikTok at Wina_Wonders. Let's Talk Talent is available on Spotify and YouTube.